So if we take something out of a quantum superposition by measuring it somehow, then how do we put it back into a quantum superposition? It's actually a lot easier than you think, because the universe on a very fundamental works via quantum mechanics. When we talk about quantum superpositions, we usually talk about one of two states, like the double slit experiment, one slit or another. Or, more famously, when we talk about quantum spin, when a quantum particle is spin up or spin down. Now, it's easy for people to understand spin up and spin down. It's a simple two-directional system. It's basically one dimension. The thing is, we don't live in a one-dimensional universe. We're in 3 dimensions. Depth. So that means a quantum particle's spin is a vector of angular momentum that is pointing up or left or toward or any possible direction in 3 dimensions. The thing is, due to the uncertainty principle, the more we know about one aspect of a quantum particle, the less we know about other aspects. So at its base state, a quantum particle is just in a superposition. It's just in a superposition of everything. And then we measure it. We go, that particle is definitely spin up. Now, by definition, we cannot know whether it's spin right or spin left, because we know it's spin up. So now the spin up, spin down waveform has collapsed, but the spin right, spin left waveform has not. So let's collapse the spin right, spin left waveform and say that particle is definitely spin right. Guess what happens? The original waveform comes back. Now we don't know if it's spin up or spin down anymore. So the way that you re-enter something into a quantum superposition is just measuring something else. Measure another quantum aspect, and then its other quantum aspects will go back into superposition. Measure its quantum spin on one axis, and the other axes will go into superposition. And then if you measure those other axes, then the original axis will go into superposition. And you can do this by methods other than measuring. You could, shoot lasers at quantum particles to make sure that their spin is in a certain direction, and that also ensures a superposition in another direction. But it all comes back down to the uncertainty principle. And in a quantum computer, this happens a ton while it does quantum calculations. But the reason this doesn't work for communication, as I said in my other video, is when you put something into a superposition state, it loses whatever it was entangled with. So you could take 2 particles, you can separate them, you can take a reading, and now you know the state that they're in. Like if one is in spin up, the other spin down. But then if you take a spin right, spin left measurement to get up and down in superposition again, they're no longer entangled and they have nothing to do with each other. So yeah, quantum communications, probably not going to happen.